Hello guys, in this episode, we will be look at the most popular Korean manhwa in 2022 that called Secret Tutorial. So, in a beautiful day, birds are singing, flowers are blooming, a man who is still sleeping are prepared to wake up by call by his stepmother. His stepmom helped them to prepare the breakfast in every morning. The main protagonist this year, 20, where his name called Wu Zihao. After called by his stepmother for a few times, Zihao decided to wake up from his bed and put away his t-shirt and pants for his breakfast. 7 years ago, there was one deadly accident causing Zihao both his own biological parent to pass away when Zihao was still a kid. Zihao became an orphan afterward. But after that, there was one family who decided to adopt young Zihao as their son. Zihao nearly be sent to the orphanage, but there was one family with two older sisters adopt Zihao and let him to stay in their house. In this time, young Zihao met his new family. Young Zihao lived with his new family until he reached the 20 years old. In the random morning day, Zihao's older sister Zhou Weiya, who is 23 years old and is 3 years older than Zihao, say good morning to Zihao at the same time. Weiya has a good relationship with Zihao in these houses when compared to his other sister. His stepfather named Zhou Rongguo was also lived with them 5 people in the house happily and peacefully. His stepmother named Zheng Eng-ai. Zihao will often call his stepmom Eng-ai. Eng-ai was a hardworking woman who cared and protecting his family with love and tolerance. Zihao was called his Eng-ai to call his sister Suya for breakfast. However, Suya was not a sunny girl like Weiya. Suya much preferred to stay in a darker room and reading his own book. Even when Zihao lived so many years with Suya, he still don't know how to get along with Suya for some reason. This was a peaceful house and family that Zihao grew up with. So, in the school, one of the Zihao best friends called Lin Daxing was staying near Zihao's house. Daxing was a kid that always bullied by other students on the school. Zihao feels so pitiful to him, so he made friends with Daxing together. Daxing became one of the best brothers with Zihao together in the school. So, one day in the park, Daxing was talked to Zihao about a woman's underwear, but also showed Zihao he got his sister panties. Zihao feels so blushed while looking at Youxing's sister panties. Daxing then puts his sister panties to Zihao as a present because he said that Zihao was one of his best friends in the school. Although Zihao feels bad about this, he still accepts Daxing's present and take it back to his room and put back in the drawer. During the night time, Zihao was not able to sleep, so he decided to take out the Youxing panties from the drawer. Although it was just a panty, Zihao's heartbeat was jump rapidly, making him feel so thirsty. When Zihao go to the downstairs to grab some water to drink, he heard a moaning sound come from the other room. Zihao feels so suspicious that because the moaning sound was coming from his stepmom's room. Zihao thought that his stepmother was sick and decided to go to the room. He then realized that his stepmom was being fingered by his stepfather in the back. His stepfather was so aggressively that Zihao feels so unnatural when looking at Eng-ai's expression. Zihao's heartbeat was jumped so rapid when he saw his stepmom make love together with his stepfather. Zihao was standing here, looked for the whole process for his stepmom sex inside the room. Although Zihao might tell him that he cannot watch adult people during sex, but his brain simply don't let him to live. He was stunned there, looked for his stepmom, sat with his stepfather for the whole time, don't know what to do and don't know what to think. Zihao also don't have any idea what Eng-ai was doing with his stepfather. Eventually, Zihao soon realized that his pee-pee became rock hard, but he don't know what exactly happened to him. Zihao feels so curious that did Eng-ai feel comfortable or not during the sex? After some time, Zihao felt not good and decided to back to his room. Zihao then thinking that this was called a sex by the bad kid in the school. But Zihao also feels so curious about, he still decided to go into sleep. In the next morning, when Zihao Pipi goes so rock hard while he saw his panty filled with cum, Zihao feels shy and quickly put his pants back to the washing machine to make sure that other people don't know about this. Wei slapped his mother's ass while asking where's the breakfast to eat. During the breakfast, Zihao feels shy to lock his stepmother because of the yesterday incident. On the same day, Eun-ai noticed that Zihao panties were full of cum, but she decided to smell on it, which is so weird. Eun-ai's mom was thinking that Zihao got so many wet dreams within this week. She was thinking that Zihao was probably never learned the proper way to masturbate himself. Eun-ai also said they were also thinking that Zihao's own father and mother was killed by the accident and became an orphan while he was young. Eun-ai think that someone has to taught him how to become a real man. She even worried that Zihao's best friend Da-sing will teach Zihao some bad habit. So, in a day, Zihao meet Da-sing outside the street and talking to each other about what exactly is sex. Da-sing soon replied to him that sex is the thing that only bad students will do. He, as a good student, should not think about sex. So, Zihao then agreed to Da-sing that group students should not have this kind of adult kind of thing. On a random afternoon when Zihao was lying in the bed, he was thinking about the sex of Eun-ai's stepmother with his stepdad. Suddenly, Eun-ai go inside Zihao's room and invite him to have a chit-chat session together. During the chit-chat session, Zihao was feel so embarrassing that sit near to the Eun-ai. Eun-ai then asked Zihao how did he know how to masturbate by his own. But Zihao surely don't know how to do this kind of thing, so he answered back with a no. Eun-ai feels so disappointed that Zihao was still think like a child, so she decided to tell Zihao that an adult should know how to masturbate by his own. Eun-ai then tells Zihao that she will teach him how to masturbate properly. Suddenly, Zihao's heartbeat was jumped so rapidly and asked back the question to Eun-ai whether his stepdad Rong Guo will also masturbate same with other adult people or same with other men. Eun-ai realized that Zihao don't know nothing about sex and decided to teach him a lesson about masturbating. So, at first, Eun-ai asked Zihao whether he got the girl that he liked and said that masturbating need to look at his favorite girl while doing so. Zihao feels so shy to answer back the question. Eun-ai then continued to say that every girl is fine as long as Zihao like. Zihao suddenly thinks that Eun-ai sex with his stepdad and feels shy about it. In the same time, Eun-ai rest assured that Zihao is actually like girl, not gay. Think back to Zihao's childhood. One day, when Zihao was lost by other people when he fell into the ditch, Eun-ai helped to wash Zihao's body in the bathroom. She took down Zihao's pants and realized that Zihao's pee-pee was actually not that small, while feel a little bit shy. She then helped Zihao to take out his panty at the same time. Zihao's pee-pee was rock hard. Zihao then feels so embarrassing and asked back to Eun-ai that how to solve this problem in front of Eun-ai while erection. Eun-ai then moved his hand and touched Zihao's pee-pee, causing Zihao to feel so good and feel so comfort at the same time. Eun-ai feels shy while helped Zihao to masturbate. She even thinks that Zihao feels so excited when his pee-pee was rock hard. So after some time, when Eun-ai realized that by using hand only, Zihao was not able to come in. She then thinking that she is not able to teach him halfway without coming. So then afterward, Eun-ai was decided to give Zihao a blowjob. She kneeled down to the floor and sucked Zihao's pee-pee with her mouth. So in the same time, Zihao feels so great in his morning also. Eun-ai Joy will feel so tired while giving him a blowjob within a long period of time. She continued to suck Zihao's pee-pee and hoping that he was able to learn some new thing from this tutorial. After some time, Zihao was coming and shoot up all of the semen to Eun Ai's face. Eun Ai's stepmom then looked back at Zhi Hao closely. We both have a rapid heartbeat together. So that's all for the episode 1 to 3.